I'm gonna have dinner with Wes Craven at a restaurant called La Loggia. I don't go out to dinner with people like in a formal situation that much, so it's a little daunting.
I went out to dinner with John.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey.
I tried to give him 30 years of experience in one night of just what to do and what not to do, what dangers to look out for.
Wes, I mean, he's such a quiet gentleman. He was a teacher. He was an English teacher and a professor, and ended up making, you know, monster movies.
Obviously, you're going to be under a lot of pressure and with very little time. And anything with monsters or makeup or prosthetics, anything takes forever.
Yeah.
Feast. It's hard to pull off as a first film. John's really going to have his hands full.
I'm just, you know, used to making these little things. You know, I'm my own boss. I have an idea, just do it. And now it's completely different.
As soon as money
it's going to go up,
rears its ugly head, you know?
And it's like, well, you know, Dimension's going to have something to say about that. Usually I'm just working with my pals. So now, obviously, it's a big responsibility. There's a whole lot of money on the line. And, you know, everybody's going to be watching me.
I know what everybody's going to be worried about is just falling behind. And that's not because of you, it's because of the nature of the script. A huge part of the crew's morale has to do with feeling like the director knows what he's doing, knows what he wants, make him your allies.
I actually felt pretty good about the meeting. You know, he's the teacher and I'm the student and all that sort of thing.
Well, the hat trick is to make something that's interesting, but also make a good film. And making a good film is the first priority.
Spaghetti? Oh, I guess I had spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, thank you. I value a lot of the stuff he says. Try to act on the set like, you know what you're doing, and, you know, you'll fool everyone, and that makes everyone feel better.
It's a good film. And survival.
Yes, survival.
Those are the two things the director hopes for.
You shut the f*** up! Shut the f*** up!
Stop!
She can make it.
I won't die for her. My girlfriend, Diane, we've been together for 20 years. That's it. I already know everyone's going to fight me on this, but, you know, I want Diane to play Tuffy. Diane's pretty close to this part, actually. She's had a tough life. She's pulled herself out of it, and I feel like Tuffy is kind of that same way.
I love you so much.
Basically, Diane's in everything I do, you know, and if she's not in it, she's on the crew.
His opinion?
Why not? The whole thing with Diane is that we've already laid the groundwork. I don't have to convince Diane to do something. You know, she'll think of it ahead of me. It'll help me a lot if Diane's Tuffy. In action.
Yeah, whiskey shooter, please.
I want my mark on this film. The casting is the first giant tool that I have in my arsenal. Do you want to go over it some more, or you want to just call it a night for now?
I guess let's call it a night, and then we'll go over it tomorrow before you leave.
John's wife, Diane, is coming in today. She's reading for Tuffy. Tuffy really is the hero of the piece. She has a real arc in the movie, so it's really important that we're able to see that there's been such build-up on John's part, that Diane's a perfect person for the role. It's a big hurdle to get over, because he seems to have this block and can't look at anybody else without having Diane's audition out there and having everyone at Dimension and our production team look at it.
Would you ever cast your
My sister-in-law?
Your sister-in-law?
Sure, if she was right for something.
You bet you would. I just want you
How
to...
are you going to use that against
Just want
me?
you to remember that. Oh, hey, babe.
Hi.
Hi. Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on
I'll show
in.
you some pictures. I'm actually nervous for Diane. It's become such a huge deal.
Because I've seen your work actually only in John's stuff. So, and then I didn't even have a resume, you know.
I very much want this role as Tuffy. I feel that my strong point will be that they will like my work.
And action.
Yeah, whiskey shooter, please.
Which tab?
Mine.
Okay. You want to take it one more time? Mm-hmm. You want to take another beat? He'll be pouring a drink and stuff like that.
Yeah, whiskey shooter, please.
You want to do another one?
What do you think?
You can do as many you want.
Yeah, whiskey shooter, please.
That's the one. Cut. Print. You want to go on to the next one? I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Do something!
You shut the f*** up!
Stop! badass. That's good.
All right. I don't know.
You whipped him into shape.
Do we need anything more? Is that fine or?
No, I liked what we got. I want to make sure you're happy. What do you mean? Enough for a callback.
Well, I mean, is that what we have to do, right?
Right. Well, no, you just want the tape to be as good as possible. So we got great takes, so you don't have to go on just to go on, you know? She was actually really good. I was very pleasantly surprised. Do I still think that they're going to fight it? Yes. Do I still think they're going to ask me to see a lot of other people? Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
You fool. I love you, baby.
Well, I definitely see that John's family are a little edgier, darker, the way they act, the way they interpret things. I'm just not sure that that's how the studio or the producers see this movie.
Well, I think the camera likes her, and I think she delivers a really good performance. My question to you guys is, how does she stack up with the other people you've seen?
We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen that many yet.
My fear is that I don't think that's going to be strong enough to get her the job.
I agree with you that I don't think that they're going to watch this tape and say she's it.
No.
I hope just the best person is picked for the job, and not just because they happen to know John, you know? Because that's just wrong, I think.
Whatever she does with whatever scene we give her, even if it's on the waterfront, it ain't gonna mean shit if there's a name that comes into play. And if there isn't a name, I bet Dimension's probably gonna be as open to her as anyone else.
You know this guy.
How are you? Krista Allen came in today to read for Tuffy.
Krista Allen's got a brand new show coming out on HBO, and she's had a lot of little parts in giant movies.
So any questions or anything to tell me about this at all, or nothing?
I'd like to see what you were thinking.
Yeah, great. Excuse you, please. Any notes on that?
No, it's great.
All right. Do something. Shut up.
Stop.
You could stop trying to get people killed around here. That'd be great.
That was great.
That was terrific.
Thanks. Maybe.
I'm good with it.
Okay, good.
You know, I mean, I am. You know.
I could see Krista playing Tuffy because she had really strong elements of the character. And the studio point of view and marketing of her and the press that she gets absolutely helps her in casting this role.
But I wasn't sold. I still like Diane. I just think she'd have a better understanding of the dark side of Tuffy.
We got feedback from Andrew Rona about the casting tapes that we sent him, so now it's time to sit down with John and have a reality check about him wanting to put his entire family in this film.
If you don't get a big name and all that kind of stuff.
Talk about that, yes.
You know, then like, it should be them. And
that's not the it should be. It should be whoever's best in the role.
You know, I kind of expected this to come along. I know that putting my family out there, you know, exposes me to ridicule. And I did it anyways. You asked me to see the other people. I'm seeing them. They're great. I like them all. I want these guys in the film. When I like someone, then it doesn't matter? Is that the deal?
Of course it matters if you like someone.
If you hire someone that did a good job for you before, is that nepotism? You know? So if I want to hire someone that I know is going to do what I want, it's going to give me the performance I want, is going to, you know, have the emotions I want, is that bad?
But your credibility is shot until you get off the track of only thinking that Tom is the right guy for a beer guy, and only thinking.
But you think he's not the right guy. I think he is the right guy.
All right. Well,
I don't know what
give you a quick update here.
Yeah.
And this is going to be some hurtful stuff, and it's going to be some happy stuff.
Yeah.
I'll start with the hurtful stuff. Rona looked at all the tapes. Did not like Hannah. Did not like Tom. Was soft on Diane. It wasn't like he was going to rubber stamp her right away. So that's where we stand at this point.
Why did they pick me? Why did they pick me? I mean, it's just a mystery. I'm just the guy that's supposed to be the director. If they don't think the director should be involved in casting, then that's asinine. The person that thinks the director shouldn't have a direct line on who should be in the film is asinine.
Coming up on Project Greenlight.
You know,
apart from casting, John,
but it's
where
always
have you been thwarted?
John wants to fly to New York and personally ask Bob to cast his family. No, there's just no way to do that. If I hear one whisper like I did in New York, movie's off, I'm pulling the plug.